now Mark Levin, host of Life, Liberty, and Levin. And Mark, thanks for taking time on this unprecedented event, joining us. What can you tell us? What is your reaction, your thoughts on what you're seeing play out on our TV screens?
Well, I'm not watching the TV screen. I'm here in Israel, and I'm in one of these rooms in a hotel. It's a very strong hotel. And I want the American people to understand something. Nobody's panicking here. These people are very, very strong. In fact, I'm sitting here and I am pissed off. And I share that view with a lot of people. And so people need to understand that there is no panic in this country, at least from what I can see. The reason I'm down here in this fortified area now, this hotel, is because the Iron Dome intercepted 3 or 4 of these drones over Jerusalem, which is where we are. And they function perfectly. But the Israeli jets are flying around. I mean, they have been ready for this. They are ready for this. The people here are ready for this. And one of the things your analysts aren't mentioning, and I'm just saying this as an individual, keep talking about Hezbollah and 150,000 missiles. What do you think Israel would do if Hezbollah shot 150,000 missiles? Israel has nuclear weapons. I'm not saying they would use them, but if they actually thought their major cities would be obliterated, maybe it's time the enemy starts to worry about what Israel might do. This isn't urban warfare like it was with Hamas. Israel has an extraordinarily powerful air force. It has a missile system, too. It has massive tank capacities. It knows what's going on with Hezbollah in the north. They're not stupid. You'll also notice what is amazing is the Gulf Arab states. They're not thrown in with Iran. Jordan killed its airspace so the Israelis could go in there and knock out as many of those missiles as they could, as well as the United States. You haven't heard peep from Saudi Arabia, Egypt, the rest. They hate Iran. They hate these terrorists. They want them defeated too, even though they really can't say so. But all these intelligence activities are taking place between all these countries. If you really look in the region, it's almost all the Arab countries and the Jewish state and the United States. And then there's Iran and all of these terrorist groups that they've funded. And the American people need to understand that when Donald Trump was president, Iran was incapable of doing this. Joe Biden went in, poured over $100 billion into Iran, directly and indirectly, in a failed appeasement policy. And we have paid for much of what's taking place right now, including with Hezbollah, including with Hamas, including with the Houthis. And we have American soldiers and sailors and airmen all in harm's way, magnificent, red-blooded American heroes. None of this had to happen. None of it.
Mark.
So I sit here pissed off. That's how I am. Go right ahead.
Mark, hey, Jason Javits here. Please stay safe. But, President Biden said don't. That was his message, and it's been his message for a long time, don't. Do you think that's actually working? Is that resonating?
Well, my show that was supposed to air, yeah, look at it. It's really had a great effect. General Keane, I don't know if it'll air Sunday or not, he said something that was extraordinary. His contacts in the Central Command, that's who coordinates with the Israelis and the others in the Middle East on our behalf. He said they recommended multiple times to the White House, to the State Department, that they hit Iran, that they hit their refineries, that they hit some of their missile sites and so forth in response to these endless terrorist attacks against our troops, against Israel and so forth, to push them back, that they know the mentality of the Iranians when they are slapped and slapped down hard, they quiet down for a while. But instead, what the Biden administration has done is they've attacked our ally openly, repeatedly, obsessively, publicly. They've threatened to cut off arms. As far as I know, they don't even have all the Iron Dome missiles because they were starting to slow walk some of these. They were investigating the Israeli company that provides an essential part for the Iron Dome. Joe Biden is a ping pong ball. He says, I support Israel, but what if Israel decides, we've had enough of this? We cannot allow our citizens to keep running the basements every 3 days. And they keep picking off our people left and right. And you're right. Hezbollah has 150,000 missiles. We just supposed to sit here with the United States sit here? I suspect what the Biden team is trying to figure out is how to keep a rein on Israel. And what the Israelis are trying to figure out is how do we respond to this when we have to keep looking over our shoulder. I think that's the big issue. Your experts have been fantastic. Some have said it's going to be limited. Some have said this is the first wave. We don't know. I suspect the Israelis and the United States are pretty good handle on that. But really look at what Jordan did. It shut down its airspace so the United States and Israel could do what it needed to do. And you look at how quiet all those Arab countries are. They're watching. They're rooting for Israel and the United States. Iran is trying to overthrow Jordan. Iran has taken over Iraq. Iran has taken over Yemen. Iran has taken over Lebanon. Iran is not interested in a two-state solution. A five-state solution is an Islamist fundamentalist regime. This is something Biden and Blinken and the other reprobates can't seem to get through their damn head. This is not a war about a two-state solution. It's a war that's even bigger than Israel. This is a war for the survivability of the planet and whether this planet is going to be mostly free or mostly tyranny. And Iran has gotten away with this over and over again, and it is too bad that it falls to this little tiny country to try and confront them. And we will see how much Biden supports Israel. Oh, he'll support him in the first, week or so, but we'll see. Because he has a funny way of showing he says one thing and he does another. And I just want to thank one other thing. I want to thank the American Armed Forces. They are the best of the best. And I feel 100% secure with two of the greatest militaries on the face of the earth, the United States and Israel.
And we know, Mark, that the U.S. has, now we have confirmed, Fox has confirmed, the U.S. has shot down some of these drones or missiles underway. Mark Levin, host of Life, Liberty, and Levin, joining us live on the phone from inside Israel. Mark, stay safe and keep us updated on anything you get from that end.